Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. This time around, before I actually get started on this, by the way, just want to wish everybody a very happy New Year's, happy 2019 to every single one of you watching this right now. This is my very first RWBY content video of 2019. Here to give you guys this amazingness right here. So without further ado, let's get started. I apologize that this is not a live reaction of the latest chapter. It's due to the fact that I already watched this with a couple of friends of mine, and because of that, it's no longer, because, well, here's the thing. I mean, I could have recorded, but, you know, I really didn't want to, you know, have, because, you know, I like to ask people, you know, permission to record, and because of that, it's like, I was like, nah, I'd rather not. So, since I was already convinced to watch it with them, you know, as a little thing, since I couldn't really talk to them too much by that time New Year's weekend came around, around that time, we decided to watch it together. So, instead of getting a live reaction this week coming up, by the time you watch this video, I simply apologize to you guys, as this is going to be a review instead of an actual live reaction. Which, don't worry, don't panic, there will be hopefully a live reaction to chapter 10, which, excuse me, you're gonna get something regardless. Either be a live reaction / review, or just a review in general of RWBY. But anyways, RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 9. Oh boy. Now, when it comes to this chapter of RWBY, the big thing that everyone's been talking about is the one scene with John, where basically he's there and he's looking at the Pura statue, and little does he know, wow, he didn't really realize, and I was like, what? I'm like, Nani the fuck? Like, Pura was actually an actual hero model here when it comes to, yeah, when it comes to basically, you know, the protector of this town. And I was like, damn, I didn't really think they built a statue out of her, holy shit. So John, of course, gets a little bit, you know, emotional, you know, going in by himself and whatnot. Meanwhile, we see someone that actually looks like Pura, or it could be possibly be Pura's mother, or if this is the case, maybe it's her herself. Scratching my chin 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 here. Scratching my chin 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 here. There is something really fishy when it comes to that. Like, people keep saying that, well, it's possibly maybe her. Maybe it is her, just like in Disguise. Maybe she didn't really die, but no, she's definitely dead. Or it could be a spirit. It could be some kind of spirit of Pura. That, again, who really knows? Regardless, that was a really touching moment, very feeling moment as well. So keep that in mind. So meanwhile, as well, they actually, you know, the rest of the gang, they actually try to go and find where Oscar is, pretty much, at Ozpin, and basically, you know, they actually plan this whole thing out where finally they actually find him. And then, of course, we have John's, you know, long lost sister right there. You know, we have her and everybody else gathered together, and of course they have this, like, this big little get together to make up for Crow. Obviously, just like on the steroids of her, because fucking Crow. People thought Crow was like not gonna be okay, but then all of a sudden we saw, oh look, never mind, Crow is actually fine. He's just his usual drunk self again. So we have that going on. So that was actually pretty unique. That was cool. But it was the whole Pura thing that really did give me the feels. But meanwhile, though, the very important part at the beginning that we had was with, so meanwhile we have Mercury and Emerald, and they're pretty much discussing that, in other words, they pretty much sound like they might or may not turn against each other. But from the looks of it, it's a possibility that they might possibly turn against each other, from like the way we actually. Meanwhile, we see Tyrant's like, yes, you know what, entertain me, motherfuckers. One of you is gonna die. So basically, he wants one of these two to actually duke it out, betray each other, or kill them both. Either way, it's a win-win for him to get into the higher ranks, etc., etc. So that's pretty much what we got there. So that was a very tense moment right there between the three members of the team of pretty much of Salem's team right there. So not only that though, so that's pretty much all the important aspects we got of this episode. Overall though, I would say it's a very solid episode of RWBY, of chapter volume 6 chapter 9. I would give this one a 4 out of 5. This one was actually a pretty solid episode. pretty good animation overall too, especially the way they did the whole statue scene and everything else. That was actually really good. The whole tense moments at the beginning were pretty good. I will admit though, there was a bit of a weird like downgrade when it comes to the way that they walk motivations, when they come to like point A to point B, the different locations of the entire town. So yeah, I will admit those parts could have been a bit better, but regardless though, the episode gets a 4 out of 5 from me. Pretty solid overall and feel worthy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this episode, or this chapter I should say, of RWBY Volume 6 Chapter 9. See you guys for Chapter 10 for 1-0 of RWBY Volume 6. And don't forget to make sure to rate, comment, subscribe to the video, click the bell, join the squad boys, follow my social media plugins, the gamer tags, and the Plus Ultra Discord as well. And until then, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. MONEYMIKE fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.